this is a specific, intentional focus in dealing with small businesses, women, and people of color. So very specific initiatives at Eastern Bank where we talk about what it is for products and services, and most important, resources to help women and businesses of color thrive and grow. That's the whole reason that this particular initiative was initiated. I have 3 other colleagues who we cover the state of Massachusetts, right, in terms of, and beyond if need be, in terms of sourcing small business owners and what it is we can do to, number one, once we hear your story, how can we help you? How can we help you get from point A to point wherever you need to go, okay? So everyone here has a small business, correct? Yes. And I see everyone here looks like me. So amen, amen, amen. So in terms of the minority focus that we have, I'm gonna go through everything that I'm talking about on this deck because I only have 30 minutes and my tongue is very long. So I'll make this short, but everything I have is in a resource binder that I have right here because we can't possibly go through everything because everything is very specific to what your needs are for the business. I'm gonna skip around just a little bit. Know this, that we are a $23 billion institution, and we leverage those fundings, those assets toward helping businesses and personal clients as well. We've been around for over 200 years. 200 years servicing the communities in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and I think we're in New Hampshire too.
Yes.
Absolutely. We have did over, how many of you had PPP loans or had access to PPP loans? Well, Eastern Bank, when we were doing the PPP loans, we had $1.7 billion in funding that we really lent out through the PPP program to small businesses. People who look just like you, and a lot of those lending opportunities were forgiven, which is great, or they have some really specific repayment opportunities to, again, help you still grow and thrive. So we were very much involved in that process. I wanted to talk about a little bit about 33% of all businesses in New England, 33%, all businesses in New England are women and minority-owned businesses. But what happens is the lending rate, the rates that you're charged, or the level of times, the number of times that you are declined for a loan is also really high, right? And we wanted to bridge that gap because, it's great that we have 33%. That's a huge number of all businesses in New England look like you and I. However, when we go in front of a bank to get a loan, guess what? We're denied. So we wanted to really create this particular program to really bridge that gap, to say what is the need out there. So we took a look at, for instance, credit needs, and let me just go back. So I talked about women and people of color. So as long as your business is at least 51% owned by a woman or a person of color, you qualify for this particular program. We want you to have advantage to this particular program. And let me just go here. We have, in terms of relationships, it's 4 main pillars that we have. So from a relationship standpoint, I am a relationship banker, so I am the one that you're building that relationship with. I come out to you and we talk about what is your need? What do you have as a need that's going to help you grow and thrive? And I take a look, and we'll talk about it all. It's in the paperwork. What do your tax returns look like? What does your balance sheet look like? What does your income statement look like? How can I use that to leverage so I can see what lending opportunity can I provide? And what is the reason for that lending opportunity? Do you need to purchase equipment? Do you need to access your marketing to have your website grow? Do you need funding to do that? Because it's not cheap to run a business. It takes money to make money, right? And we want to be able to be in that opportunity where we can certainly help. So that's when we talk about local relationships, credit solutions. This particular initiative, Equity Alliance for Business, it's from up to $250,000. It could be certainly more, but this particular initiative, up to $250,000 that you would have access to from a lending standpoint, that we can see how you can qualify. Will everybody be approved? No, that's not what I'm going to say. But what I can say is we'll work with you in terms of how can we help in regards to resources, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But entrepreneurial insights, we work with organizations like, have you heard of SCORE? Okay, or the Brockton Authority, Brockton Redevelopment Authority here in Brockton. Have you heard of BECMA or Enterprise? These are type of organizations that we specifically seek out, that we have an active partnership with. So let's say from a lending perspective, you need, come on in, come. Let's say from a lending perspective, you need that technical assistance. You need to understand your taxes. You need to understand what your cash flow looks like. You need to understand what your marketing for your particular business looks like. So we partner with these organizations. I would tell you, again, have you heard of Ascendus? Anyone heard of Ascendus? It is an organization, it's a referral partner that we have that helps with technical assistance, and they also have lending opportunities as well. So I was able to help this young lady. She has a yoga studio, right? And she needed help with just making sure the floors were right. She needed some infrastructure. She needed to get her business up and going, and she needed to upgrade her studio. She had these, I call them long shark loans, where you get these loans for really, really high interest rates. I mean, also it's like mafia type interest rates. She was paying $3,000 a week with 3 loans that she had. Was she up to date on it and was paying it and busted everything she had, busted her butt, excuse my bad words, in order to, make it, to have a business? But the interest rate was killing her. So when I talked to her about it, and I said, we have this organization we deal with, Ascendus, let's help you get from point A to where you need to go and give you some relief. And she's a yoga instructor, so she's all about peace and meditation. So when I had this, oh my gosh, when we had this meeting, I could just see, she started to cry almost. Because I said, let's take a look, let's work with organizations like Ascendus to help you lower your interest rate so you can have some peace of mind. And she was doing it, right? Her business was thriving, but she needed help. And that's where we are, to be a resource and able to help you thrive and grow, okay? Through our process, certainly we have financial products because we're our bank, so it's products and services. Our lending tool that we have through what we call a special purpose credit loan, with that particular process, again, it's from $100,000 up to $250,000. We take a look at your credit, all right? But the credit guidelines are adjusted. So because we know that sometimes when you own your own business, how many of you are in your own pocket? On your own pocket when you're paying for things in regards to your business. So we realize your personal wealth is just as involved in the business as the business wealth is. So we take a look at your personal income as well as your what you're doing on your business income, right? We also take a look at the credit. Typically, banks will take a look at 680 or above as far as a credit score, okay? We take a look at credit scores well below that. So it gives you the opportunity to qualify for some lending opportunities that could really help your business grow. And yes, this program is up to $250,000, but let's say you need more and can qualify for more, we can do that for you as well. When we do these type of lending opportunities as well, we automatically add on it. Let's say if you're approved for $50,000. Well, we automatically add on there to your checking account overdraft protection, because we know that there is a need to have, some protection there. Come on in. When you write a check, balance can't really cover, so we give you some cushion there. So we give you up to $2,500 in overdraft protection that we attach to that checking account. And we have other services, other products and services that we offer at a discounted or free opportunity, so that you'll have, again, put that money that you're saving back into the business. Okay? Let's just take a look here. What I wanted to go over, that's our wonderful faces. Here's our team. That's yours truly right there. My information is in the binder that you'll be given. So I do expect, and I will get, and I promise you it'll be just with me, but I will get your sign-in information that you signed in with. So I encourage you to put all your information there so I can be in contact with you, so I can find out what it is that you need so I can help, okay? There are other banks out there for sure, but there are too many choices out there for you to either be disserviced or not know what resources are available to you. So I definitely if I don't hear from you, I'll reach out to you. So please let me know. Here are some of the organizations that I said we work with. I wanted to go quickly to, here's SBA financing that we have, lines of credit, loans, equipment financing, different types of lending opportunities that we have. What I wanted to go over is the types of things that you would need. What are lenders expecting? When you come into the bank, when you come into any bank, what is it that we're looking for? I want you to start thinking about, what is your elevator pitch? If you understand what I mean by elevator pitch, when you talk about your business, when you were up here talking about your business, first of all, I was so impressed. She didn't just stand right there. If you notice, girlfriend came all the way around and talked to you face to face. And that's what you need to do. You need to be able to promote your business and why am I doing business with you, right? You need to be able to articulate that. Just like I need to be able to articulate why I want you to come to Eastern Bank. So in general, what banks are really looking for? First of all, business knowledge and expertise. We're looking to see that, what are you an expert in? If you are selling cakes and cookies, right? What is your background in selling cakes and cookies? Have you always done it for years and years and years? Do you have training? Did you go to a culinary school? What is it, your business knowledge in terms of this particular business? What is your business plan? And it needs to be written out. Can't just be in your head, because we can't read your mind, right? It needs to be written out in terms, it doesn't have to be 80 pages, but it does have to be a thoughtful process in terms of, this is my plan. This is my plan right now. And this is my plan. We love to see a 5-year plan. We love to see that you have thought about, I would say 3 to 5 years. You thought about not only what I'm doing right now, but what I'm going to be doing in the future, right? What am I going to be doing 3 years from now, and how I'm going to be doing that? The need for capital. You need to let us know, well, how much do you need? If you come to us and say, I need a loan, we're going to say, well, how much? You can't just say, well, how much will you give me? That we need for you to really sit down and think about, okay, I want to increase my website, marketing my business. So I know I've researched this particular company and they can do it for $8,000. And I need to hire a marketing person to better market my business. And I hire a part-time, and I know they're going to need about $20,000 a year, that type of thing. So we need you to think about, what is it? What is it that you actually need? The credit of the applicant. Okay, everybody knows that your reputation, from a credit perspective, how you pay your bills is a good indication of how you'll pay us back, right? So, if there's opportunity where you need some credit repair, amen to that. We have referral organizations that can help you build or rebuild your credit, okay? Because you have to come with some sense of, let me show you how I repaired my credit, or this is where I stand right now. If you have no credit because you do everything by cash only, we can work with you. We can work with you still, because no credit is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, okay? In terms of ability to repay the loan with the collateral. So we need to be able to, your tax returns tell us a story, right? Your business plan tell us a story in terms of, how are you going to pay us back? Because we give the loan because we want your business to grow. but we also don't want to own the business. Meaning we don't want it to see to go out. We don't want it to be out of business. We want to see it grow and thrive. Okay? So we'll go through that math for you, that opportunity for you, because we want to know if you need, if you're asking for $100,000, but your finances says that you can afford $50,000, then that's what we're going to start to be talking about, because we want to put you in a way that you can succeed. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. So no worries. So thank you. So the 5 C's, okay, that bankers will take a look at. Your capacity. We talked about a little bit about this, but your ability to pay back. Also, capital. Let me just go back. What money do you have in the bank? We need to see that, when you come to any bank and want to have a loan, exactly. So we want to see, okay, so what do you have in your savings account? Doesn't have to be millions and millions of dollars, even though if you do, amen, that's good. But we do need to see that you have managed yourself so that you have some rainy day fund, just like you do on your personal finances, right? You want to be able to show that I have managed myself such that I can manage in a rainy day, or I have some funding, some capital, some skin in the game, so to speak. Let's see. Collateral. What do you have collateral for your loan? So it could be your what you sell. So if you could be your intellectual property. So your notary information. Sometimes that could be used. But what do you have for your collateral in your business? If you own an auto body shop, right? What equipment do you have? If you own a car lot, okay? What are the cars? What are the cars that you have? What do you have as collateral in your business? What are some of the businesses that we have here? I know the businesses that you do. What are some of the businesses that we have? What type of businesses are we in?
She has a daycare.
Daycare?
And childcare.
Excellent, excellent. What other businesses that we have?
Bakery.
Sorry?
A bakery.
A bakery.
A bakery? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Transportation. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes.
Boutique.
A boutique? A gift shop? Do you sell jewelry? So we're talking about certain things. This is your collateral. If you have transportation, your collateral is your buses that you have, or the cars that you have, that you use. I'm sorry, someone raised their hand. What type of business?
Me?
Yes. Hair salon? Oh, okay. All right. I sweated all out my curls. So the equipment that you have in your hair salon, your hair dryers, all of that, that is something that's considered your collateral. And that's something that we take a look at when you're asking for a loan opportunity. Okay? All right. The character of the buyer. You are your business, right? You are the reputation of your business. Just like when she came up, you have to promote your business. If it is a daycare center or a transportation company, whichever it may be, bakery,
Yes.
bakery, amen. That's what we need to know in terms of what is the character of the buyer and what reputation do you have, let's say in the community, because everything is based on Google right now. You can Google anything and find out what it is, how many people like you, or what do you do that's really good, what are your reviews, all that, the character that you bring to the table, very important, very, very important to us. The conditions or the market analysis or trends in your industry, we want you to be able to know, what is it in my industry? How many transportation companies are out there? And how you fare in that. We have, a couple slides ago, I talked about some of the tools, the entrepreneurial insights that we have. We have a tool called Vertical IQ, free of charge to you. And it really talks about industry analysis. So you can put in your particular business and it will give you here is what this particular industry has done over the past 5 years. Here's what this industry is projected to do over the next 10 years. Here is what the average person who works in this particular industry, here is what their average pay is. So you'll be able to see how are you compared? How are you compared to industry standards, so to speak? So we want you to be able to go through that, but like I said, it's not only products and services, but it's resources that we have available as well to help you grow. Let's see. One of the things that we take a look at as well is your tax returns. How many have their, I'm not trying to get in your business, how many have their 2022 tax returns all set? If you don't have it all set, how many of you have an extension that you have until October? Okay, amen. Keep your taxes, because we want to see, we want to typically see at least 3 years of tax returns. Okay? Okay, very important. Now for 2022, for example, we know that there's an extension, so we'll give you some grace in terms of, we know you have until October, for example, in order to get that in. But just know that when you come to a bank for lending opportunities, we need at least 3 years, personal as well as business. Okay? How many have that all set? 3 years that you can provide right now. Okay, I want to talk to you. You said the extension. Make sure I talk to you. So make sure you have that in place. These are some things you need to have in place before you even come and ask for lending, right? Because these are things we're going to absolutely ask for. Other things that we will ask for, your interim financials, so that if you have an extension, but there are financials that we can, interim financials that we can do or we can take a look at, we want to take a look at your balance sheet, your income statement, your profit and loss statement, accounts receivable, accounts payable. We really just want to know how you run your business. How you run your business. Doesn't have to be perfect because we have resources available that can help you, but we want to make sure that you have some sense of where your money is coming from, right? And what you're paying out. I will tell you, we deal with a debt ratio, which really means we want to be able to take a look at how much you're spending versus how much you're bringing in. And we look to that to be a one-to-one basis, meaning for every dollar that you make, we want to make sure you have that other dollar to pay the bill, right? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So we just want to make sure that you are managing such that, and anything you have left over, amen, because that's what we're going to do to qualify you for the lending opportunity. But at the very minimum, we have to make sure that you're paying your bills and you're paying them on time. Okay? Do I see a hand raised? Was that?
She's just praying.
I told, believe me, I just came from church. So, and any of you by Jubilee Christian Church, come on by. But anyway, that's another subject. That's another day. In terms of key factors, again, what we're doing, we're reviewing loans. Completed and returned loan application. We will give you a loan application that we need you to fill out. We need that back and completed before we can do anything. Completed return, personal financial statement, anyone that is at least 20% ownership in the business. Again, this is the application that we give you. We can talk you through it, but I just need you to make sure you complete it. Okay? I can't tell you how the number one thing that can stall or stop a lending process or us making a decision is that we don't get all the information from you, right? We can't make this stuff up. You have to let us know what your business and how your business operates. So filling out that application, getting that personal financial statement, completed SBA forms. Way back before, I talked to you about how the Small Business Administration, everybody heard Small Business Administration before? We deal with the Small Business Administration. In fact, Eastern Bank has been the #1 SBA lender for the past 14 years. We love dealing with the NBA, like the NBA too. I'm thinking of the Celtics. We love dealing with the SBA because the SBA allows us to give better loan rates. It allows us to give also longer terms so that it makes the payments much more affordable. And they also, the SBA also guarantees up to 80% and sometimes more of the loan. So if the loan fails, the SBA says we'll guarantee, if you follow these steps, we'll guarantee up to 80% or more of that loss for you. So that's why we love working with the SBA, and they only work with partners who they are comfortable with, who give good loans, because they're not there to, see you fail. They're there to make sure that we are giving you the opportunity and that we are looking at everything that we need to do from a financial standpoint with you to help your businesses grow. Okay? Share your business plan. I can't say that enough. Provide 5-year projections. We love 5-year projections, even if it's 3 years, but 3 to 5 years. We want to see that there's a thoughtful process of how you need to grow your business. Okay? Is this making sense? Okay. Okay. This again is in terms of just some things that we take a look at. It's certainly in your package there. Hi, come on in. Let's see, what else? This is in your package here. Again, factors that we take a look at. I talked to you about this regarding the tax returns that we take a look at. So this is, just kind of in general, this packet really talks about whether it's a loan or a line of credit that you need. And we can certainly talk about the interest rate. That's big on everyone's mind. We talk about, how you can make sure these funds, that you're asking to borrow are something that you can pay back. And we take a look at your tax returns, which is so very important. The business plan too, I can't stress that enough. You have to be able to talk about your story. If you need help with your business plan or the workings of your account, or your business, people like SCORE and the BRA, Ascendus, BECMA. Have you ever heard of BECMA? Black Economic Capital. They are awesome. We deal with them directly. Enterprise, we deal with them directly in order so that we can be assured that they will provide the technical assistance that you need. Because sometimes it's not just about the lending, it's about how you prepare for the lending opportunity.